I don't think this is, it won't be a, wow, what's going on here? ItsBitz. ItsBitz, like, wait. Bits, holy shit, dude, no way. Really? Bits? Guys, welcome back to episode 8 in our Satisfactory 1.0 playthrough. Today we've got a lot going on and we're going to be switching directions, and I mentioned in episode 7 that we were putting a check mark on the nuclear power plant, and over here, oh, whoa, what is that? Oh my god, let's see what it is. Alright, hopefully that time lapse was pretty cool. I don't even know. I think it's cool. It is. I really like the fact that I can, now have the option to do large scale time lapse builds like that. So we are running a mod. It's called Fix It Camera. Or Fix It Cam, sorry, and up there is one of the time-lapse cameras right there, and then I've got a camera here that you saw, and then there's a camera like up here on this mountain that's kind of looking at both. I have to start and stop them when I'm using it. It's actually just taking a bunch of photos, and then I have to compile the images into the little time-lapse that you guys just saw. But yeah, here is the main base so far, and the facade that we're going for. Truthfully, I'm not 100% sold on it. I like it, but it looks too blocky still. It's missing something. I don't know what, but I think in this episode it was going to be all about the main build and starting the main build, but because I just showed you guys the majority of what I've done in the main build and live on stream, my creativity juices are kind of zapped at the moment, and I think I want to pause this for the moment. And what I want to do instead is I want to take a look at the world map, and if we section off the world map into the sectors that they are, such as, your starter biome, your desert biome, your doom biome, red forest, bamboo forest, believe this is something reef over here. I actually have a map here that we could set up that kind of dictates a lot of what's here, so I'll pull that up on screen right now. But if we look at the map in this regard, these would be all the sectors, if you will, of our whole world, and there's a lot of nodes that we have out here that are not claimed. So what I'm thinking about doing, bringing all the relevancy back to why we started the main base is well, Tox, how the hell were we going to process everything here at the main base? Let me explain what I believe we're going to be doing in this episode and on the current streams, because this project alone is going to be just as big as continuing the main base project, but it will be essential for the main base itself. So real quick, let me just go ahead and let's go across this lake here. I'm going to show you guys all of this is going to come down as well in the future. We're going to tear all these down and claim these nodes directly and or move a lot of what is being processed into the main base here. But talking a little bit about the main base, I'm kind of going for like that brutalism facade style. I've got a picture here that I've been using on stream. We found this from some Wolf had mentioned a old communist party that was out of Russia, and they had some old structures that are very brutalism looking. And so this particular structure is towards that party. I don't remember, and no, I don't support any of that type of crap. It's just we were looking for ideas, and I saw this museum. This is a museum of some sort that's now abandoned somewhere in Russia, I believe it is. But I don't know. I liked the idea of it. It looked cool, so you can very much see that that's the facade that we went for. That's what we went for. But, you know, looking at it, obviously we can't get those giant statues here. I thought about using other mods to blow up the large statues that we do have and then try to put them out here on the side. Well, then I kind of got to thinking Star Wars. And so I was trying to go for like a Star Wars style Empire dark theme with this build, and so that's where these, you know, these lighted sections came into play, and I blueprinted these. These are actually just blueprint modules that I actually made to make it easier for me to get the facade going across. And then I got these beams in here, or pillars in here, excuse me, to kind of break it up and add some depth, but it's not enough depth. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think of what you saw in the comments below, and I'm open to suggestions and ideas. I've got some other ideas that I've kind of looked at since then, but I just thought it would be cool to have the power plant there and then have our main base right across from it. And kind of we've got all the drones flying around over there as well. We're probably going to have a ton of drones flying around over here as well. And right now, you can't see my FPS, but in the top right corner, I'm still running a solid 120, 130. When Wolf is in here, since we've gone to the local build, it does drop down into like the 60s, 80s, especially when I'm running the time lapse, because it's taking a picture every couple seconds and being able to provide those time lapses. But again, for now, let me know what you guys think. We're going to stop the build at the moment, though, but if you come in here, this would be kind of the main doors, if you will, and then once you come in here, we've got all this area to play with, and then, you know, I was thinking train stations back here. So the train stations would be in here. Potentially most of the stations would be right here, maybe 2 or 3 stations alone, and then the trains could loop back this way and come back around and then go back out, and or even come back around here and go out that way. And then obviously this tunnel, for those that are familiar with the map, this kind of goes back over to the Crater Lake, where our coal power plant and current small steel factory is, which we need to bump our steel manufacturing up as well. So, however, my thought was for the final push of 1.0 and getting the final space elevator parts done, this is definitely where we will be producing our final parts all right here, and we will be moving the space elevator here as well. We'll tie it into the roof somehow, and we will have our final project assembly above the main base here. But what I'm thinking of doing, and I've been thinking about this a lot, and I draw a lot of inspiration from Kibbs, if I'm being honest. And funny enough, I was already thinking this before he decided to come out and say what he was doing. But in a recent playthrough of his that he just released, I believe it was today, actually, as of the time of this recording is 11/13. November 13th, not time, 11/13. So anyways, he actually built a train system to collect all the bauxite in the area and all the coal and then the SAM ore up in the red forest here, and he created a rail network, and then he has it going back to his main base. I was already thinking about doing similar, but for the rest of all the nodes that are out here in the biomes that we do not have. So that means 3 things. 1, we need to finish our train going around the entire map to make a rail system going all the way around. 2, we'll have to start collecting all of these nodes and bring them to a central location, which brings us to 3. I don't want that central location to be the main base, because that's going to be too many items loading in here, and most of it will be in the raw format, right? And I could potentially build, you know, small smelters and smelt it down at each particular node and then load it into the train and then bring it down for whatever I'm needing. But what I'm thinking is I found another build or Star Wars Imperial concept art of what looks like a dam facility Let me go ahead and throw it up on the screen right now. I found this just by Googling. I was searching imperial structure ideas is what I was searching in Google, and I ran across this, and I just thought it looked super cool. If I can find an area that's going to fit where we could build like that bridge coming across to the two main towers, and then you kind of got that dam look. I believe most of what we can do in vanilla for Satisfactory is plausible to build that style. May just leave out the rounding features in the back, and obviously we're going to make this our own. It's not going to be a one-to-one scale of anything we find, just like, you know, the picture I showed before for the main base. The thought process would be is that around the biome, we would collect all of the raw resources and then bring it back to that centralized position. And that centralized position would then take the raw resources and produce them into ingots. And then at the ingots level, we would have everything just sitting at a belt ready to go. And that those belts and our output numbers of everything in the world will then determine what the hell I really want to do in here. But at least we would have already completed that mission, and now we have a central area. Whether or not I bring everything here or we go and build another facility that does something else that then drones things in over here, that's yet to be determined. I don't want to break the game to the point of where I'm only running like 10, 20 FPS and this main base becomes unbearable. It's also why I kind of have a grudge against, and to each their own, this is no knock towards creators. I love seeing people get super creative with this, but every time I place down a foundation in this game, I can't help but think, oh, I just used an item. I just used another item and another item. And I know like the world item count is pretty decent, and I believe they increased it ever since 1.0 actually started. I know we can also go into the config file and we can edit that, and we can increase how many items we put down in the world. But I mean, it's almost wild to me when we look at the way some people get super creative and we're putting multiple structures on top of other items to just increase that. I mean, look at all these beams that I just did. Like, and I'm not even 100% sure how that actually works. Like, is one beam count as one item? I would assume the answer is yes. So that means how many beams are just right here in this one blueprint? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a lot. Now I just multiplied that all the way across the whole build. So that means this whole area, our PC has to load every single one of those items. And we haven't even started using real process tick time logic processing in the game in this area for everything we want to build, right? And let alone, you know, how is the rest of this facade going to end up looking? How crazy will I get with design? And how many more items will I place down? So, like, when I play the game, I'm really thinking about that kind of stuff. And that's why I've shied away from making such large mega builds initially. And I was more used to just doing small stuff. But, I mean, that looks amazing. For everything that is over there and what I did do over there, I still run 100 FPS over there when I'm in that area, even with all the items that are being produced, and it is an always on facility at this point. So everything inside the factory is actually running, and the power plants are running, the water pumps are running, everything is running. So with that being said, the render distance currently turned up to ultra. We can obviously see that train way over there in the distance leaving that plant, and then we can see the drones floating around over there as well. We just can't see smoke effects, things like that. So I don't know at what point we start to have performance issues. So I'm taking a chance here with this playthrough and doing something like this, and I just wanted to stress that because that's what I think about when I play Satisfactory, when I start to get to this level of the game. Is this necessary? No. But is it cool as hell? Yes. Is it something to do? Do I find it fun and enjoyable? Yes, that's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing it. And hopefully you like the content and you're here for the inspiration as well to push you past limits that everyone I believe is capable in this game, if, and only if, you have the patience, because that's honestly what it boils down to. It boils down to the patience. Otherwise, yeah, we could slap together factories all day long and do some spaghetti and get our parts produced, send it up to the elevator, and watch that thing get built, and we beat the game. Now, what Steam game do we load up in our Steam library? Nah. I enjoy the long road. I enjoy the process. So the process is the fun, especially for me. I hope you guys agree with that. But I just wanted to share some of those concerns. And because of those concerns, that's what led us to these plans. So, long-winded again, I know I always am, but I like to explain things in detail. I feel a lot of streamers only do that on stream, or they're just very in tune with their gameplay only on stream, and they don't answer a lot of questions. So I like to be a little bit more informative on my YouTube videos, so I know I'm long-winded, but hopefully it's helpful or provides some extra insight for somebody who is actually curious. If not, hey, the skip button's there and you can get to the montages and the builds and check it out. And however you watch YouTube, you watch YouTube. But with that being said, if you do like this, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because it does help me grow. And it's greatly appreciated. And or maybe you want to actually come hang out and chat while I'm actually live doing all of this stuff. Head over to twitch.tv/MrToXM8. And we can hang out together and talk about Satisfactory or life in general and what's going on. Anything and everything flies over there for the most part, within regulations of Twitch TOS, of course, and YouTube TOS. So keep it nice, keep it respectful. Let's have fun. We're here to game. We're here to inspire, and that's what hopefully I am doing with everybody. Something else I haven't talked about in a long time, and I know that in the last 2 episodes I made minor mentions, but I haven't talked about it, is our AI assistant. Our AI assistant still exists. It is in the background. I have not made any progress on producing any more of it. I was recently in my Discord server talking to a friend about the calculations of how we can calculate PPM using trains from the A to B distance, and based on their 1600 parts per minute, based on the load of what you're actually loading in there. It's a complicated formula, but a formula does exist. Because I'm going to need to figure that out, we will be bringing the AI back into the lives a little bit more as I train it and get it familiar, if you will, with that formula to help me calculate some things that I'm going to need. But what I'm thinking is now is that I am going to start building... Why does this turn green every once in a while? Does anybody have an idea? Anybody else notice that? Sometimes when you load in, some things are green, some things are not, and then a lot are or are not. It's really weird. I only noticed it. It's so random too. Like, you notice if I open the map, it changes, and then there's a few down there. Maybe there's a few up here. Weird. Anyways, I believe one of the things I do want to do is get down to the Mach 3 blueprint designer down there. Currently, you can see in the blueprint designer is the facade that I have for the building. But I was kind of inspired again by Kibbs to make a simpler train pillar, something that may be easier to place while I'm kind of measuring things out. I actually like the way that he did it. He raised his up a little bit so that when he's using the foundations, because I do use the foundations already to measure where I'm going, but I use it at like the bottom line. So I would put the foundations out, and then like every 10 to 15 foundations, I would then use my pillar system and place it on top. The problem with that is that then I had to traverse the land up or down, but I was already at a negative starting point, if that makes sense. With his blueprint, he was using the foundation straight ahead and then placing it right as the next foundation as the pillar support, and then he's laying the track manually after the fact. I guess a lot of people have had issues with the track on there otherwise, so I guess that makes sense. Originally, I did really want to build all the pillars out and make it all even all the way across, or at least have the facade. I did kind of build my blueprints out to do that, but I did not properly take the time to measure the pillars. So like if I went to go do it, I would have to clip a lot of stuff, and again, more items, potentially more lag, things like that. So excuse me, sorry about that. The kids getting the dogs all wild up, and they're playing in the background, but they're barking, so I don't know how much. Anyways, I digress. Yeah, so I think I want to redo our pillars to make them a little bit more simplistic and easier design, or at least the way that I'm placing them more simplistic, and then we can go back and fix the pillars later. Like, we still on all the main line that exists. We would have to go back and clean all that up now. Whether or not I will replace the current pillars or continue to use the current ones and just make some modifications, I don't know. So I'm going to get down into the designer here, and we're going to work on a new blueprint design for the trains, for the trusses. And then we are going to potentially start running a full loop around the whole map. I am going to do this all live on Twitch. And once we're done doing that, we will start attacking the biomes based on the map that I showed you guys and try to build satellite train stations that, like, let's say, for example, if we've got 4 nodes in an area that are maybe 100 by 100 foundations away from each other. Those 4 nodes would be one satellite train station being loaded into that train station and then shipped back to the central station. And then I will do that same rule of thumb or principle. So like perfect example would be is up here, obviously we have a thing, but you've got a shitload of nodes right here. So in this case, I could potentially put like a train station right here and then get all of these guys to ship into here. And then we can go a little bit higher up here, and then we could do a train station here and get all these guys to ship into here. And then maybe, you know, run these guys over here, etc., etc. And then, you know, once I find a place for the central station, which I think on that, I'm kind of thinking about using the swamp area down here. I know it's kind of far, but it allows me to build a train corridor through here, which I'm thinking 2 separate lines from the main line, and it would be 4 large trains bringing in all of the produced items from wherever that main satellite smelting factory. That's probably what we should dub it. We should dub it a smelting factory, because we're going to be bringing all the raw items at that point. And then any other items that we need, if they need to be raw or not when they're over here, we will either drone them in or we'll just go ahead and train them in as well. But at least this will give us a large overview to show us what we have in the world. And then at that point, I could just ship out whatever the hell I want from this large smelting factory. Train station, TM, both, I don't know, central hub of all of our products. But we've got a crap load of nodes. There's so many nodes all over the map. This is going to be a large undertaking, and I don't foresee this being a simple single episode. So, with all that explaining out of the way, let's get busy. I will pop in to update the video as frequently as I can within real... I'm trying to think of the word, it's escaping me, within reason. I'm just going to say within reason, to not otherwise bore you that hey guys, I built a section of track right here, hooray me. No, we'll get some serious work done. So this video is going to be a while, and it might end up being short just because of what I end up showing. I don't know. As of right now, I think this video is already 15 minutes. So I try to keep episodes anywhere between 25 to 45 minutes long. Anything after that, you know, you guys are kind of just watching a playthrough, and I know maybe there's some inspiration to be learned there, but otherwise, maybe not. I don't know. I digress. Anyways, let's get busy. Let's build. I don't think it won't be a... Wow. What's going on here? ItsBitz. ItsBitz, like, wait. Bits, holy shit. Dude, no way. Really? Bits? Get out of here. Dude, big fan, man. Holy crap, dude. No way. What's going on, man? That's crazy. Big fan. I was actually just talking about you when I was on this project, because I tried watching your videos multiple times for the curves on my trains, and as you could see, I'm not doing it because you make it look super easy. Oh shoot, Panda, dude, thanks so much for the subs to bits. Yeah, man. So sorry. I mean, oh shoot. Grace 94X. Thanks so much for the follow. Yeah, no, I was watching your videos, man, and man, curves in this game. You make it look so easy, buddy. You make it look so easy. I really tried to copy some of your stuff. I am, however, using something you did teach me, and that is this wonderful little thing here with the rails, where we can get rid of that bump and it going into the floor by backing off the rails a little bit and coming to about the first tile here. So much appreciated. Your videos are very well watched, enjoyed, and love your series, man. Your build, you're doing some crazy stuff in 1.0. Wait, hold up. You're just trying to get that blueprint to match up with the... Yes, sir. Yeah, right. And I thought it would be as simple as just bringing that down. But see, my blueprint's the problem with my... Oh, easy. Not easy for me, apparently. Overthinking. Yeah, normally when I'm building this dang thing, I use the foundations on the bottom and I place the blueprints on the bottom of the foundations. Remove your blueprint. Alright. Removed. Delete. I'm assuming we're going to delete to the curb. Yeah, the problem with my blueprint is they, when you're not attaching to another blueprint, they only align to bottom foundations. Yeah, we do have a lot of drum ports, don't we? Stand on the top of the ramp, alright. Extend that foundation out. Flat or... I'm assuming flat, right? One foundation. I'll leave that flat. Got it. And more. Okay, there's a couple more. Now double that layer. Double it like this. Add another 1M on top, yes. Okay. Got it. We got 3 meters. Wait, back one step. Only one. Okay. So you have 2. Yeah, 2. So we got 2 meters. 2 1 meters stacked. Right now, add your blueprint in the position you want. Okay. That's gonna be kind of hard because I can't see. Let's see. I'll have to use the blue line, or the line, white line that should be on top. Okay, done. Now remove flat 2 meter we just placed. Okay. I see what you did there. You had me lift it up. Are we gonna build down now? Let's see. Now snap another blueprint underneath your existing one. Oh, interesting. Whoa, really? No shit. Okay. That's definitely a new technique I just learned live on stream. By bits nonetheless. Hell yeah, thank you, brother. That's... I had no idea. So I'm assuming that's because, like, when we build our blueprints, right, like, the snap points in there based on the heights of whatever the limitation of the blueprint box. So basically that was the height of the blueprint box starting at ground zero. Exactly. Okay. Never... That should have occurred to me and did not occur to me. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, so now it's easy from this point, as you can see, just nice and snap, snap, snap. I would love to do a curve, but I failed multiple times trying, honestly, off stream and in my own, like, sitting here. Oh. Want an easy way? Sure, let's go for it. You make it look so easy when you do your, what do you use, I think you use, alright, lesson number 2. I think you use catwalks, I think. I watched when you were doing, I think when you were doing your subathon, you were talking about it when on your new playthrough. Place on the left of the foundation, okay? At the end, right? I watched you do this multiple times. Let's see, here we go. First off, let's bring this back one, because I think that's going to curve more center. Place on the left of the foundation. Okay, so on the inside. Like so. Left. Oh, left, this side left, sorry. Gotcha. Of the foundation. I was doing center left. Sorry. Now zoop mode. Okay. Yeah, dude, it's really bits. I think Wolf just had an epiphany and realized who is in chat. Hold control in position, okay. Is it supposed to snap over there like that? So that's straight, and then you got each increment. Then turn right 1 notch from 12 o'clock. 1. In place. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock, go, like, are we talking, like, okay, hold on, just so I understand. 12 is up here, right? Or are you thinking 12 in the direction we're going? Sorry. Okay, so that's, so this is the starting position 12 of the catwalk, okay. So you said go right, okay, that's 9, 10, 11, 12. Stand on the catwalk and face the tree, okay. Alright. Facing the tree, we look in 12 o'clock. Correct. That's 12, yep. Following, following. Now aim at the edge of the catwalk. Below you. Left or right edge? Does it matter, or just edge in general? Below you, so looking 12 o'clock, so below me, I would assume. So just 1 nudge, right? 1 notch, right. Okay. And place that. Wait, did it just auto nudge again? Oh, place 2 in a row, right? Because it's the size of a foundation. And then repeat that? Is that? No shit. It's okay, hold on. Let's see, we can. I don't know why, but like when I tell you I honestly watched, so I know you, so you did a demonstration on your subathon when you were building your tracks. And one of your mods, when I asked the question, they sent me the clip video, so I watched that. And then later in a YouTube release, when you were talking about your blueprints, you did another demonstration when you were talking about the up-down part of the track. And dude, I swear I tried to repeat it, like, when I was sitting in the game, and like, I don't know if I just wasn't understanding you. I don't know if it's obviously just me. Yeah, no, that, I mean, once I understood where to keep stand correctly, and then you were saying on the corner like that, that made a lot more sense than actually seeing it happen. Maybe that's what I was missing when you were talking about it in the clip. His where to stand position. I don't know why I always wanted to aim for the corners and just continue to do corners. So now though, if I so now you manually build out the curve, right?
I'll be surprised if this is.
So you're building one back and then forward and then up.
If I was to
Oh.
go to line this up now.
That also just reminded me to to ask, in your experience of Satisfactory, what's your thoughts on the fact of like objects in the world? Like, obviously, the more objects creates performance issues, we know that, and then we have the object limiter in the world, and we can change that in the config, but could potentially come at the risk of performance. All right, guys, as you just saw, we had a visit from ItsBitz, the BitsBits, so freaking awesome. You guys saw my reaction. Did not expect him and his, I believe now wife, I think they got married, Grace, joined us on stream live when we were last playing. In that last stream, if you had a chance to catch it, I also mentioned that I was taking off to travel, and I am back from my travels. Also, there was a long kind of delay between me playing and getting back into Satisfactory because Stalker 2 came out. And little background about me, I am a huge Stalker fan. It's been 16 years since a release from the first Stalker, and my PC up on the wall, if you've also seen that, Apocalyptic, is inspired by Stalker. So I've been playing that, and I got to a point in the game where it's super buggy, so now I've reset my brain. I've been back since the following weekend, actually, so it's been about a week. So I'm jumping back into Satisfactory, but as you just saw, Bits was on our stream live, and he helped us make these beautiful curves and how to align two different grids in the world. So we've got a different grid going this way that didn't align once we had the curve because... I don't have a because of why, to be honest with you. I'm not 100% sure. I guess things just don't line up with the grids. So he has two really cool workarounds, one workaround for aligning the grids, and then a solution using the catwalks, which you just saw in the video. So do go check him out. I will put him in the description below in his channel. If you do not know who IamBitz is, you are missing out, but you are a true Satisfactory player if you do know. Himself and... him, Kibitz, and I can't not think of the third guy for some reason. I apologize. Anyways, I digress. Regardless, really cool to see other large players come in and support smaller streamers and be just a part of the game and the community in general, because it just adds a lot of value to it. So it's really cool to see him and his significant other going around, two streamers hanging out. He hung out with us on stream for, man, I think it was about 3 hours. And yeah, we got these curves. So, yeah, now we got to jump back into this. I am going to end episode 8 right here, though, on that note. It was a long-winded episode. I kind of explained a lot of stuff, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you're finding value in it. But I'm going to, episode 9 will be more of a montage of getting this whole rail system done, so there'll be a lot of streaming in between that. So episode 9 might take a little while because we've got a lot to do, and also now that Bits came in here, I've got a little bit of pressure under me to keep the curves going now. So if you kind of watched through, I edited and condensed that quite a bit of how long it actually took me to get instructions via text, and then I just wasn't processing some things, but he was patient and did a really good job explaining it otherwise. And obviously, check it out, it looks pretty good. I'm very happy with it. So again, thank you, Bits. I do appreciate that. If you see this video, that was awesome. Hope to see you guys again, and I will definitely see you on your streams, and we'll continue to support you on YouTube, of course. But guys, as for me, as of right now, for episode 8, this video is done. Stay tuned. As always, head over to twitch.tv/MrToXM8. You can catch me live there, join my Discord, get notifications. Let's hang out, let's chat, let's talk Satisfactory. Until then,